Latest on that plane crash in Addison, 10 people were killed, and now we know 4 of them were part of one family. I'm Chris Lawrence. Investigators are combing through the crash site right now, trying to piece together what happened. Now, the NTSB says they've recovered the cockpit voice recorder, and that could give them some of the answers. They're also interviewing witnesses and reviewing video of the crash. The plane took off from Addison, bound for St. Petersburg, Florida. Witnesses say it lifted off the runway and almost immediately started to lose altitude. It veered left, dropped its left wing, and that's when it crashed into the hangar. In the last few hours, we learned a lot more about the people on board, including John and Mary Titus, Stephen and Gina Thielen, and Matthew Palmer. Brian Ellard and his wife Ornella were also killed in that crash, as well as their teenage children, Alice and Dylan Maritato. Brian and Ornella were both artists and pretty well known here in the DFW area. Teresa Woodard is live tonight with more on that family. What a horrible loss.
Oh, Chris, it's just unthinkable. Alice was a 15-year-old student here at this school. She also lost her little brother, her mother, and her stepfather in this awful crash.
Friends in Florida knew the Ellards were coming. Their multi-million-dollar yacht was docked and ready. That's how neighbors always knew this family was on its way. But they never made it. The Ellards, Mom Ornella, stepdad Brian, and kids Alice and Dylan Maritato died on board the plane that crashed into a hangar at the Addison airport on Sunday morning. On Monday, John Paul II High School emailed staff and students announcing the deaths, saying, "May the soul of our sister Alice, her deceased family members, and the souls of all the faithful departed rest in peace." Alice would have been a sophomore after the summer. Dylan was at All Saints Catholic School.
We had a accident on the field.
This was a wealthy, talented, philanthropic family. 52-year-old Brian Ellard was president and CEO of National Teachers Associates Life Insurance Company, which recently sold for hundreds of millions of dollars. He became an artist, a sculptor, according to his website. His work is on display inside Mill Lear, a Dallas Italian restaurant he co-owned. His wife Ornella was an architect. She was from Italy. She not only designed that restaurant, but also the Ellard family yacht, the one still sitting in the water in Florida, still ready for a family vacation.
Now, the Ellards were also active with a local charity here in North Texas that helps raise money for kids who have heart problems. And neighbors in Florida say they were also active with Wounded Warrior charities there. Earlier in the newscast, we mentioned Steve and Gina Thielen. Well, not long ago, JLL, which is a realty company in Dallas, sent this statement to us saying Steve was a valued friend and colleague to all of us, personally and professionally. They will both be missed. Chris, Steve was a managing director at JLL for more than a decade.
A lot of folks here are going to be feeling that loss. Thank you, Teresa. You know, we have seen the crash site from a distance, but they're on the ground and from high up in the sky. Tonight, we're getting a new look at the hangar from investigators with the NTSB. You can see the hole in the roof of the hangar and burn marks stretching halfway across it. Investigators also shared this picture with us. It is the voice recorder that they recovered last night. Make sure you stay with WFAA for this developing story. There's a lot more we're learning about this tragic accident. And of course, we're going to be bringing you the latest on WFAA.com. Want to take a turn now for something that may brighten our spirits after those first few minutes, the weather. And a look at the